Be smart, dummy, dummy, be smart. He said that fool, you weren't cool. He took a book to your school. Be smart, dummy, dummy, be smart. Don't get shocked if you get mocked. It's what you find when you use your mind. Don't you sweat it, look 'em in the eye. Don't regret it, hold your head high. Be smart, dummy, dummy, be smart. Try to show some tenderness, even when they're playing chess. You think it's dumb to be smart? But that's the way you make art, so be smart. Dummy, dummy, be smart. Use your...
Hi, I'm James Eade, and this is Change Your Mind. It's an inside job. I live in the divided states of of America, and we don't talk to each other, we don't reason with each other, and we cannot seem to get much done these days. And part of it is that we are trying to change each other's minds, and we don't listen to learn and to change our minds, and we're not taught how to change our own minds. So this is a show about people changing my mind about a subject. And one of the subjects that are in the news today, it's all over, is what's going on in the Middle East between Israel and Gaza and the Gaza Strip. And I don't know enough about what the people there are feeling. And so I have brought a guest on today to help me change my mind because I don't know what I can do. Sending thoughts and prayers does not seem adequate to me. And so, Lior, Lior
Yes,
Aizenberg, would you please help me change my mind today? Thank you for joining me.
thank you very much, Jim, for inviting me. And yeah, it's really complicated day. It's very complex situation.
Yes,
Eh,
and you and I know each other through chess. We've both been working on in charitable works in terms of chess. We want to bring chess to as many people as possible, and I think we both agree it doesn't matter what language you speak, what country you're from. If you're playing chess, you're part of a chess community, and so we've all been trying to reach out to other people in a peaceful way and bringing people together. So what's going on breaks my heart, and I'm sure it breaks yours. And
yeah,
what does it do for the average Israeli? Uh, what is the feelings that you have? Can you express them, or is that too much to ask?
I can tell you something that we are feeling right now unsecured completely. It's like when I'm talking to Americans about what they felt before 9/11 and afterwards.
Yes.
The 7th of October in Israel, it was a devastating moment and really a critical, we are in a critical time. What will happen next? Because what happened on the 7th of October, it hit us like it's the saddest day in the Israeli history of 75 years.
Yeah.
And and what happened on the 7th of October, it was we are we were all shocked by what happened, by this massacre, by this the to see babies and women and Holocaust survivors kidnapped to the Gaza Strip, and the horrible scenes that it's really every day we are seeing the news. And it's really like President Biden said, that it's like you have a big hole in your heart, and everything is sucked in, and everybody is not okay. You can talk with anybody in Israel, you will say maximum that's okay, not more, because we are all right now, we are we got something like, I don't know, 10,000 rockets were fired from the Gaza Strip to the center of Israel, to the south of Israel. I'm living in the center of Israel. For 2 weeks, my kids are not going to school.
Uh-huh.
Uh, we are also, my wife and I are working from the office, and we see the scene, and we see what is happening, the horror over there. And it's really shocked also to me, because you know me, I hope that chess can do good with society,
Yes.
and to connect between people, and to bring to create friendships between people that are coming from different backgrounds and such. And right now, the solidarity is in exile, I can say, because the majority of people in Israel right now, I'm thinking that okay, we cannot move forward with thoughts of having peace and such. There is a threat. There is a threat on our lives, and right now we cannot move forward with our life. We need to fix this problem. I'm talking logically. You
Yes.
know,
Yes.
and there are more than 300,000 reserves that are right now uh, not working. They go to the army in order to help, and all the country is not working. We cannot. We can't. It's it's like
How could you go about your business? If
yeah, yeah,
yes, it's human nature to kind of hunker down in a situation like this.
yeah,
I know
yeah.
you're not a military expert, but I know that there are missile defense systems that can be employed, and they're being employed in the Ukraine and Russia uh, confrontation, and Israel's famous for its military technology. So,
Mm.
do you feel that the Israeli military can provide protection? It's
We
maybe
thought
I'm being naive asking that,
Yeah, yeah,
but
yeah, yeah, yeah. First of all, we have the Iron Dome. That it's a system with the help of the US also. It helps us that many of the missiles that are targeting civilians in Israel, uh, we have a solution, but it's not a 100% solution.
right,
Okay,
right.
so still there are alarms, and it is you know to find yourself in a place when you have to run with your kids to a
Yes,
shelter.
can't imagine.
Hmm?
I cannot imagine that.
Yeah, I assume it's a problem for everybody to imagine
Right.
what we are facing. And also there is a fence between the Gaza Strip and the Israelis that are living over there peacefully. Some of them are peace activists. Okay, some of them are kidnapped, and right now they are in Gaza.
They're
And
hostages.
what happened in the 7th of October? It was an holiday here in Israel, and
Yes,
the fence, we saw that the fence, it was something like 15 billions of dollars invested in this fence. It felt like like paper. And there were something like 2,000 terrorists that invade our country, and they went to the towns and the villages only to kill Jews. Only for that. There was no reason why they came. I understand Iran is involved here, and Hamas is a terrorist organization, but there is no excuse for this massacre. And we are a small country, only 9 to 10 million people, and until now, 1,400 people were killed in this massacre. 4,000 people were wounded. 200 people are kidnapped by a terrorist organization, among them Holocaust survivors. A baby age of 9 months is kidnapped.
Yeah.
What can you say to the? We see all families. Five. I saw pictures of 5 members of the same family that were slaughtered. And and believe me, I hope for peace. At
I know
the
you
end,
do. And I
I
hate to make you relive this. Um, but you know, I think it's an important message for people that live in comfort as I do and have trouble relating to what you have experiencing firsthand. So I think you're providing a valuable insight. And the idea that you're suggesting here, I think is true. There was no purpose other than to kill Jews. That has to be said. This was not something that this was not necessarily a territory. This was something that they want Jews to not exist. They do not want Israel to exist.
yeah,
And I
yes,
think that this is not taking it aside or saying that this kind of is a debate open for debate. I think this is clear. This is what Israel is up against are people who are wanting them dead,
yeah,
wanting them not to exist. So
yeah. It's
how do you make sense of it? How do you live in circumstances like that when you have an enemy that believes you have no right to exist?
it's a problem because first of all, the public should know there is no matter of the rights of the Palestinians to have a state or recognition or whatever. There is no connection to that. First of all, many are saying to me also it is because of the occupation and because Israel occupied territories and such.
Yes,
The
I've heard
the
this.
fact is that I'm not sure 2011 or whatever we left the Gaza Strip.
Yes,
Okay, we left Israel, left the Gaza Strip,
yes,
build a state, do something with you with your life. Israel want to live in peace and with security because we are the only place in the world that Jews have to feel safe in it. Okay, so we don't have anywhere to go rather than to stay in Israel. But the problem is that they don't want us. They don't give us any recognition. Okay, so if they don't give us the recognition for living or
yeah.
to have a country, how can you talk with a terrorist organization like this?
Yes, it's a U.S. policy to not negotiate with terrorists, and you know, I think this is wise because there is no point that they exist for a single reason, and so there is no negotiation that's possible. But on the other hand, do you? And I know you're not speaking for Israel; you're speaking for
Yeah.
yourself. But do you feel like the Arab states are represented by Hamas? That, or do you think that it's universally felt that Israel has no right to exist, or do you think that this is a small minority that feel that Israel has no right to exist? However, they have done terrible things. What is the assessment that you would give?
The assessment that I will give, first of all, that there are many Arabs that that believe in the right of Israel to exist, and I have friends that are Arabs, Muslims. Also, we had in Chess for Solidarity, which you helped
Yes,
tremendously, and I thank you for all what you did. We had players from the Gaza Strip that played in our events, and they were sending me messages that we want peace. We don't want to fight with Israel. We don't want Hamas to control our life without
yes,
elections,
yes,
without any giving us all what we need as a community, as individuals. So I understand that many believe in peace, but also there is the problem that, you know, when you see fake news in the TV, in the media. So Jordan and Egypt, they have a large minority of people that doesn't like Israel,
Of course.
and it was in the UN. There was a vote against Israel, that even only the US stood up and put a veto, and but anybody, there is interests, there is interest here, and there are 30 to 40 countries, Arab countries in the world, and they have power, and we are only one state. So
I
we
heard
have a problem.
I heard Bibi was being interviewed, and he said that he thought it was smarter to negotiate with the 90% of the Arab world that thought that could make a kind of common understanding rather than the 1% of the Arab world that there's no negotiating with. And so
Yeah,
why spend time with them rather than with the ones that you can talk to, negotiate with?
yeah,
And makes
completely.
it makes sense. But what about that 1%? They're still out there. What do you do about them? What I know what I would feel if I was Israeli, I would want revenge. Is that what do you feel that? Do you feel that in your heart? I know you're a peaceful man and we've worked together in the past and we want peace. But how under this provocation, I don't know how I would react. I really don't.
I feel that there is a threat, and we cannot live together with the Hamas when Hamas is ruling the Gaza Strip, and Israel has no choice rather than bringing a new solution. And we didn't want in the past couple of operations that there were in the Gaza Strip. Israel didn't want to invade the Gaza Strip. We understand there will be casualties, and it is very complex. We have also people over there, more than 200 citizens of Israel, and we but there is no choice. There is no choice because right now we are living in a reality that from the Gaza Strip they can bomb us, and also from the north there is Hezbollah,
Yes.
and it is really a big threat, and behind this there is Iran. Iran is, joining, really enjoying life right now and saying, okay, somebody else is doing the job for us,
The dirty work. Yes.
and so it's
And
a
Israel itself is a very small state.
yeah,
It's not a large geographical mass. So
yes,
we're talking about being surrounded in the south and the north, and so you're feeling unsafe and insecure, and I would think that that is a normal feeling. When you are being, terrorized by anyone, in any case, that would be true. But the fact is, you're a small state surrounded by antagonists. So
yes.
how do you have a peaceful, as you do, bent towards life? And how do you keep your spirits up? And how do you, you know, greet someone and say, have a nice day?
We can't say it right now. Right now, when people are asking, how are you? I'm okay. That's it. You cannot get more than that, because really we are devastated from inside, and right now we are saying about the normal life. I go with my kids to a yard to play with them soccer. I'm all the time thinking, what will happen if a terrorist or a gunman will come? Where I should go? Where is my shelter from any bomb if I will hear a siren?
Where's the safety? Where's the exit?
Well, yeah,
Yeah,
yes, completely.
right.
And it's like somebody is robbing you and entering your house. You're feeling insecure. You're feeling okay. I have to change the lock. I should do something, and it's a really huge problem. So that's why our government, for example, doesn't have any choice because people cannot live without feeling secured.
You cannot live in fear,
Yeah, yeah,
and uh, fear reduces us to something that's not our best. I don't know. We want to be functioning at our best, which
yes,
is hopefully with love and kindness in our hearts. But when we're
completely.
fearful,
Yeah,
this does not come naturally to us. What it comes naturally is to make us safe, to eliminate the threat, to do things like
yes.
that. And then we're operating at our best. So this is a sad situation, and I really appreciate you coming on the show and telling us how you feel, because it is something that is hard for someone like me to put myself in your situation. All I could think of is, oh, at my best I would be this, but not if I'm afraid for my children.
Yes.
Ah, so, what do you see, in your opinion? Again, I know you cannot speak for your country or your countrymen, but it's like, what do you see as the outcome, the end game?
Mm. Then game. First of all, it's like chess. You have to think what will happen next.
Right.
Okay, after your next move, and you have to think carefully.
Yes.
And I can tell you that I've been in the army. Uh, I've been reserve until the age of 38 for many years. I've been in many places, let's say. So I can tell you that right now, everybody, also I think the whole world should think what will happen next, also with Israel, because Hamas can't stay in the Gaza Strip. Okay, if Hamas will stay, we will not feel secured. So we have to think really. Also we have to think also about the population in Gaza, what will happen afterwards, that also they will live a decent life over
Yes.
there. But first of all, I can tell you, I'm thinking about my life and the life of my kids, and the life of the people that are living in the south of Israel. This is the first thing. But I think what will happen, Hamas, it will take time, it will take months, but we have no other choice rather that Hamas will be out of the game,
Now,
will be
but
checkmate.
yes, correct me though, and my understanding of this is flawed. Is Hamas there's not, for example, an office building that says Hamas on the front of it, and they go to work and check punch a clock, and you can take out that office building. It's
Yeah,
much more complicated than that. How how would
yeah.
you go about taking Hamas away from the Gaza Strip?
It's a problem because they have right now there are tunnels under the Gaza, Khan Yunis, all the Gaza Strip, and it is really really hard because they invested hundreds of millions in order that they will have protection, and they will have missiles. Uh, so it is a big problem. You face the US faced Al Qaeda, and there is ISIS and the Taliban. They
Yes,
are all the same extremists that
yes.
should be demolished from the world. And if we will not do it, then it will happen in Europe, and etc. etc. So I think that the Western countries should understand, should back up us, and And really, I hope that the plan of Benjamin Netanyahu was okay. We have a problem to do something with the Palestinians, so we will start from Saudi Arabia and other countries that will give recognition. My daily this week I was supposed to go to Saudi Arabia. I got approval to go to Saudi Arabia to a peace and sport conference of how to promote peace through
Yes.
sport. And
Yes.
I'm Israeli. It's a huge thing,
Yes.
but right now, and afterwards I was supposed to go to Egypt because there is the world youth championship
Hmm.
in Sharm el Sheikh, and two of my the students of Chess for All uh, also was in were supposed to get there.
Oh, yeah.
And but we
Yeah.
can't. It's a
So
war right
sad.
now, so we
I
cannot
know.
get to these places. So
Right.
also my daily plans, my plans were destroyed. But of course, it's what is happening is much more than my plans. This to go to these places, and
I know. Yes.
yeah,
So, you know, what you can expect from the average person in the United States is support. How would that materialize to someone, an individual like yourself? How would you know that that support is there? Biden's presence, of course, was important.
yeah. First of all, about the media, they are not putting the whole story. They are not writing that, okay, on the 7th of October, there was a massacre. They
Yeah.
should put it
Yes.
in the first line of everything that they're putting afterwards, that were casualties, or in the Palestinian side. They should first of all put this first. This is the first thing. But second thing is, you know to on the social media we see what is happening, and we see that people are forgetting that Israel is a democratic state.
Yes.
We are not, we cannot be compared to Hamas actions. And believe me, we are trying everything that we can in order to avoid casualties from innocent people. So I hope that the people in the social media will remind everybody why we are fighting Hamas. Okay,
That's
so
right.
this is
And
this.
you're doing a service by allowing me to spread that message as well. So again, I thank you for joining me. And also, I've been a supporter of yours because I've seen you work for peace, and this is not something that you're putting your actions are speaking for you as well. We can look at your what you have done, and we know that you are for peace, but you are faced now with such a difficult situation where you must take action to support, to defend not only your country but your family. It's that simple. It's something that we have to appreciate. And I have heard people say, and just let me finish this because I think you're going to start to laugh before I get finished. But when we moved the embassy into Jerusalem, we caused all this the Arab reaction, and so part of we bear some of the responsibility for this. And I think that this is a silly notion because, yes, everything can inflame some things, and we're trying to de escalate instead of escalate. But, you know, there's no excuse for committing the atrocities that were committed on October 7th. There's no justification for that. I don't think what they're trying to do is stir up enough outrage that they kill all the Jews. Let's put it out there. This is their goal.
Mhm.
And what we have to do as human beings is stand up and stand with Israel and say, no more. This shall not stand. And as many ways that we can say it, as often as we can say it, we should. My personal opinion, and it's why I've asked you to come on and join us. And is there anything that you would like to tell the U.S. population or anybody, any viewer, hi mom, that's watching, that I haven't asked you about? Is there some message that you think that you would love to have got the chance to deliver?
First of all, of course, I would be happy that the Americans, uh, first of all, should support peace initiatives, and they should, like, I'm very happy for this conversation in order to understand what we are feeling in Israel as civilians, and this is very important to express our feelings all over the world, because we see the media and we see the news and everything, and really, what can I say? We have to be independent. Israel should be strong, and really many people are touched by all these speeches. The speech of President Biden and Eric Adams, if I remember right, the mayor of New York.
New York, yes.
Yes,
You got it right, yes.
yeah, and we are getting a huge response from Jews all over the world. Um, and thank you for this conversation, Jim.
You're
And
more
what
than
else that I want to talk about is a little bit about chess.
okay.
Chess for, Chess for Solidarity initiative. I hope that after all this escalation, we will be able to bring people together and to connect people with our language, which is chess. And
The
I really,
universal language.
yeah, Jensen Asumos.
Yes. Yes, we are one family, and I believe that you know, I always say that it doesn't matter what language you speak or what country you're from. If you play chess, you're part of our community, and you have been living that, and I have been. We have become friends through that, although we would never have met each other otherwise. Chess has brought us together,
Yeah.
and let's hope it brings many, many more people together in peace.
Yeah, and I want to thank you for the donations that got to many chess communities all over the world. People don't know about it, but it is touching that what your foundation, the IT Foundation, is doing
Thank
in
you.
order to promote chess all over the world. And I also, we share the same goal to do good with chess.
Yes.
So thank you for that,
Thank
Jim.
you. And my heart is with you, even though I don't have an opportunity to express it. You know, I think when I think of you, I just want the best for you. I hope this ends soon, and that you can go back to your business and greet your neighbors by saying, "How are you? I'm doing great."
Yes, yes, thank you.
Okay,
Thank you very much. Thank you, Jim. Thank
you
you
are
for
welcome. Goodbye. All right. Lior was on the show to answer my questions of what can we do? What can we do? How did I change my mind? I feel helpless. How can I help? All right, so practice social media. Seems to they get out in social media and support Israel and denounce terrorism. I think that's what I took away as what I can do better. And today's show is a start for it. So, you know, remember to change your mind. And every weekend is a new beginning. Thank you for watching this week's episode of Change Your Mind. And the Roman god Janus in my lower left hand corner is going to be replaced by a more modern version because we can change our minds. And just remember,